I've been asked to give you a quick walk around my control room with some of the gear that I consider essential for making ambient music. We'll start by having a quick look at two Profits from Sequential Circuits. The bottom one is the Profit 600, which is over 40 years old, and the Profit 6, which is above it, is its successor, which is about 6 years old. Both polyphonic and do marvellous things. Moving on to the Moog 1, a wonderful device and something I like playing live a lot. Behind it is the Moog Sub 37, which is an excellent little synth. I tend to use an analog desk. I like everything analog. All synths are analog. Drum machine analog. It goes through a pair of very high quality digital converters and then processed in Cubase and recorded at 192 kilohertz. The piece of gear that I completely could not do without is my modular system. I started off buying an A100 Doepfer, but immediately started expanding it, as you can see. For people into modular gear, there's not a lot of surprises here, except perhaps the new modules from Frat Tools, an Italian-based company who do marvellous things. On the left, with that array of golden knobs, is the Ooster 4-track sequencer with all kinds of levels of probability for length, pitch, note, timing, etc. And it's that deep you could actually write a 4-part Bach fugue on it. Next to it is the oscillator known as the Brenso. There's actually two oscillators, all analog. What's very nice about this is on the right hand side of the panel there's a whole bunch of waves folding details and functions which alter and change the harmonics and timbre in many, almost infinite ways. At the bottom, usual suspects, musical instruments, marbles, tides, rings. One of the things I really do like though are these tiny little 2HP modules from 2HP, and that's because they're 2 HP in width. Extremely functional, and you get an awful lot out of a very tiny piece of equipment. They're very useful for ADSRs and VCFs generally. Last but not least is the glorious Moog Voyager, which is completely controllable from the modular synth if you don't feel like playing it. It's very good for bassline.